Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of A Pretty Little Podcast. I'm Allie Violet Vixen Commissaro. Tonight, we dive headfirst into the shadows with some of the most creative and unpredictable minds in the scene. Join us as we step into the dark carnival itself with the twisted theatrical world of Raven Black. So grab your tickets to the freak show because we're pulling back the curtain to see what's really fueling the madness behind the music. Please welcome Raven Black.
Hi,
Hey,
hi, Allie.
how you doing?
I'm great. It's a Sunday night and it's Halloween week. I'm fantastic.
Oh, I am so excited. I had no backups. Like, if you had said no, like, I just would have been like really bummed out
Oh,
because I literally, I've been like listening to all your songs on repeat, but Carnival, like, it's just like going in my head like 24/7 for the last like probably week. And
yeah.
I've been like waiting to do up a really like fun clown.
Yeah, you look great. You look amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, I was going through all your makeup and wow, like you have so many different looks.
You know what? I try to have fun with it. I try to have fun with it. I just have this whole no rules thing going on for the last few years, and it's just about having a great time. If you want to throw makeup on, one day it's one you feel this way, the next day you feel that way, and you should just do whatever you want.
That's awesome. I try to live by that, but then like certain things like my son's like, "Mom, that's cringe. That's totally cringe. Like just don't do that." I'm like, "Okay."
Does he think your makeup today is cringe?
No, he actually usually he makes me like listen to my music and make like TikToks and do all that like very low so that he doesn't hear it. But he actually really likes your music.
Ah,
So all day I got to blare it with no limits. So it was really
awesome.
nice.
That's awesome. Yeah. Our music is meant to be fun, and it's crossed a lot of like genres. We have a lot of fans that are not metalheads, you know. Um from the pop world, from the country world, from the goth world, industrial, hip hop, and we have a lot of fans from all walks of life because our music is just kind of fun and theatrical, and I think everybody likes, you know, Nightmare Before Christmas. Everybody likes dark Disney. Everybody likes horror movies. I mean, not everyone, but a lot of people can get with it, and I think our music kind of crosses those lines a little bit.
Is there anything, because you have crossed so many lines, is there any lines you're looking to cross in the future? Like,
You know what? I mean, and I know a lot of metalheads always say, "Oh, fuck the pop world and all that." But I mean, I grew up listening to pop music. I mean, starting from like the '80s, Cyndi Lauper, Madonna, Pat Benatar. I mean, Pat Benatar was still kind of pop rock. So I think I always have that edge to it. I've always loved angry chick music. Alanis Morissette is, I mean, she's not even, was she pop? She was top 40, right? But like, I love Alanis Morissette.
hey,
Jewel.
if you have a musical made about you, like you've made it. Like that's the way I look at it.
Yeah, well, that's basically what Raven Black is. We started as the Raven Black Project, and it literally was my personal project of putting together everything I love about the arts, across the board, which was theater, makeup, fashion, music, dance, like every single part of it, even acting, just all of it into one blended project that I was working on, that was just going to be all these different facets of who I am, who I grew up as, the things that I love, my favorite things, things that I'm afraid of, things that I can't talk about. I mean, just all the way, all encompassing, just a little piece of me in this world, artistically. And that's what I wanted to do. So I've done it. I've done it. I
Mm.
was only supposed to do it for like 5 years, and it's been 13, 14 years now. We're going on 14 years now. So I
Now,
don't know
did
what
you
the hell
have
I created, but I created it, and we're having fun still to this day, right?
that's the whole point of it. Like, I
Exactly.
love to hear that. Now, did you have schooling or were you in the arts when you were younger?
I have been trained. So I'm professionally trained from probably age 4. Believe it or not. But I had a lot of mixed training during age 4 to 9, which was martial arts, dance, and singing and acting. So like that combination was a lot of work and a lot of stuff after school and in school. So in the next couple of days, I'm going to be sharing through the rest of this year some pictures I found of like me in high school, like in choir with like the big puff sleeve dress that I had to wear for my choir. It's ugly, it's hideous, but it was what was in fashion at that time. And it's hideous. I look at it now. But then again, if I had that dress right now, that exact same dress from choir,
Oh, it was so much
I
on
would mess
Poshmark.
with it. Correct. I would totally wear it right now and like do it up and like embellish it. So yeah, so like for me, it's just like taking whatever it is, whatever era, whatever time you're at, and just having fun with it. And like you right now, you just embrace the makeup and Halloween and the
I've
song,
been
and
doing this
you
for
look amazing.
12 years. I
You
do
look
31
amazing.
days of Halloween.
Yeah, I mean, so this year I was going to do, my makeup this year for a Halloween live feed. I was going to do Beetlejuice because that was my character for
That's
my.
what my son always likes to be.
Yeah, and I love Beetlejuice, and the new movie came out this year, so I was going to do that, but somebody already did it, so I was like, and then I just did my hair, so I'm like, "Oh, I have to wear a wig. I was like, no, 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 I'll just do something else. I'll do something else fun. I like to twist it like Raven Black as something, so I'm still in a part of that costume. But
I'm getting like X-Men, like sexy X-Men
I
vibes.
know I
Like,
was thinking like so I was thinking I could try to go with Storm, you know, because she had silver hair as Halle Berry, but I think she has short hair. So I'm like, okay. But either way, I mean, at the end of the day, I think what I'm trying to accomplish something. I've got to play around and practice it this week with some makeup, but I have an idea of what I want to do this year, and it's super creepy. So I'm hoping I can pull it off.
I think it's funny because there's such a standard now. Like, I've never, in all the years that I've been doing makeup and doing the cosplay and everything, like, I've never had somebody like critique my outfit the way that they have this year. And it's like when I do the 31 days, it's my interpretation of a character or a movie or whatever.
Hmm.
And I had people like write me this year and they're like, that is not a legit outfit. Like, you really need to step it up. And I'm thinking, like,
Oh my god.
wow, like, okay, people are really getting judgmental this year. It's okay. Like, I get it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's been like that online is, because there was a new position or title, I guess you could, as a creator, as a podcaster or whatever, like there's this new division of creators that, it's so competitive, right? It's so competitive. But I always tell people it's like that with music. It's like that with bands. It's like that with sports. It's like that anywhere. The competitiveness or the comparing of each other. That. And I always say to people, I'm about to have a conversation with a friend of mine about how do you get so many spins and streams on your music. Like I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Like I don't. We've spent tons of money on ads and things like that to get our music heard, and they're just kind of at a standstill. And they go, how do you do that? How do you get to over 500,000 streams on your album? And I said, well, there's many factors, but again, with you and getting judged, I think what people I always tell people is there's always going to be someone to judge you. It's been like that forever, forever, not even before the internet. It just wasn't in your face. You know what I mean? And it wasn't posted somewhere or comment, in a public forum. But you just have to not care. You just have to like focus on you and your core and what makes you happy and what you love to do and what you love to wear and what you love to create. And that is exactly the essence of creating, is creating something unique that is unique to you, not unique to the world, not unique. It's all circumstantial, it's all subjective, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so, oh, your makeup is unique. That's an opinion, or your makeup is cringe. That's an opinion. That isn't fact. But guess what is fact? The fact is, it is you, and it is your creation. Therefore, it is. And so I always think about things like that. Like, my music is what it is. And you don't have to like it. You don't have to like me. You don't have to like any part of what we do. Just go away. I'm only making it for me. And there's a lot of people like me who like this stuff, and we're going to have fun, like, and we don't need you to like it or judge it, or we really don't care. That's the thing is people, I think people, they empower themselves by finding a reaction from someone, you know,
Mhm.
like it gives them power, that whether they hurt your feelings or judged you and felt some kind of um satisfaction from that, for whatever reason it is. We don't know them, and we don't care to know them, right?
Mhm.
Because it's not spreading love, it's not spreading fun.
I
It Yeah.
I think, like, in the be when I first, like, was starting up with social media and everything, like, I used to comment back, and I used to, like, try to defend myself, you know what I mean? Like, now I'm to the point I'm like, "Hey, if they don't like it and they wanna write something, like, really nasty and go out of their way to, like," and a lot of them aren't even, like, friends with me. I don't even know who
Yeah,
they are.
like, what does it
But
matter? No, and that's the thing is, like, I'm the opposite of you. I used to not comment, and I used to be like, because that was the rule in the music business as a band, like, "Oh,
mm,
do you see Maria Brink in this moment commenting back to people? That looks really amateur. Only a small band would do that, right?" And I was like, and I stuck to that rule for many years. It's like, okay, but then I was like, wait a second, but I'm not Maria Brink, and I'm not in this moment, and I'm not part of a record label who silences me. I have my own voice. I'm an independent for a reason. And as a person, if you said that to me on the street, I'd fucking punch you in the fucking mouth. So I'm going to do what I do. I'm going to be me. So I started to comment, and that's the whole new no rules thing. And you shouldn't feel bad if you want to comment. Comment. If you don't feel like commenting, then don't. But it's what the point is don't let it run your life. You know what I mean? Some days I feel like commenting. Some days I'm like, fuck you. Some days I'm not. Like, but it's not about them. It's about me and how I feel that day. Some days I'll fight with somebody and I'll punch them in the face. Some days I won't. Depends on how violent I feel that day. But if I've had a couple of things stacked up, you're gonna get punched in the face. Like, I mean, I'm just human, right? And yeah, I might get in trouble for it, but it'll fucking feel good. It's worth getting in trouble for me at this point. It's worth me um, going against the supposed rules of how we're supposed to act as creators or as a podcast, personality, or a singer of a band. I'm supposed to be the. I'm not supposed to be
you
fucking.
saying that, I love that you just said that. How do you I'm just curious, how do you feel about the whole AI movement and everybody, like,
Again,
ripping everybody
opinion.
else apart for AI, this, that, and the other thing?
Again, opinions, all fucking opinions. And honestly, there's fucking billions of people in the world. Your one opinion doesn't fucking really matter, because if I die tomorrow, your fucking opinion doesn't fucking matter. I'm sorry it hurts your fucking feelings. But if I feel like I want to save time and use fucking AI to make my fucking face move in a funny way, I'm going to fucking do it because it's fascinating and I can't fucking do that in programming. And I'm going to use it. I use AI every day. Chat GPT, I fucking use it every day to find shit, to find out shit. I mean, I
100% agree
saved
with
like
you.
60 fucking bucks on buying a fucking Bissell vacuum cleaner because I fucking asked Chat GPT. I asked it, where the fuck is the best price for this? And I also want a coupon code and I want free shipping. And it found it for me in like fucking 5 seconds.
I feel
Instead of
like
me
if
Googling,
you can add to, like, what you're doing on a regular basis, like,
yes,
I mean, I don't know. I've done modeling. I've done like media and all the different things through the years. And I think they all kind of use the editing and some form. I mean, whether
Okay,
it be AI, Photoshop,
if
like
you take photographs, okay, if you take photographs with a real camera and a real photographer and you're a model and you do shit, you don't think there's editing in that or lighting effects or anything like that in the final product? Yes, there is. So, so I'm not saying. So there's people who are saying on the side of, well, it's taking jobs away and income away from artists and photographers. No, it's not, because you can't lose something you never fucking had. Okay, that's how I look at it. I don't lose anything because somebody buys merch from a different band. I never had that fan. If I had a fan and I lost a fan, I lost the fan, period. I don't lose anything I've never had, you know, right? Like right
yeah.
now, I have a fucking red light right here for this fucking podcast. Why? Because I have fucking dark circles around my eyes right now from not sleeping last night. And you
That's
know
so
what?
funny.
I want to be
That's so funny you just said that because I was sitting there and I was like getting mesmerized because you look like so
I like the
majestic
red
with the
glow and it
red light.
makes it fun. You know what? I don't feel like shit because it made my face glow a little bit better now instead of me looking at myself with bags under my eyes. It makes me feel good for myself. Am I modeling for you? No. Am I on a podcast talking about fun, cool shit? Yes. Is this fun? Yes. Do I love your show? Yes. You know, like it's a celebration of art. And I want to not worry about the bags under my eyes. Not because I'm trying to impress people, not because I'm trying to be fake, because you know what? I'm all about doing what is good for me, what's good for you, being happy. If being happy makes, that's what I'm saying. I always tell people, don't say, oh, no judgment, don't judge people, and then be a fucking hypocrite. You know what I mean? Because you people judge people all the fucking time. I go like so people are like, oh well, you know, you never sell sex, and you know, don't ever do that. Don't be you know, what a titty metal or boob metal or whatever, right? And I'm like, you know what? That's fucked up because the thing is, I do have boobs, and I think they're beautiful. And one day I'm gonna show them, and I don't want you guys to fucking say that shit about me. My friends show boobs. My friends are sexy as fuck. I mean,
People are making a lot of
I
money
have some of the
offline by
hottest
doing that.
female metal friends in the fucking industry. Okay, they're hot as fuck. And I tell them, that's your thing. I am shy in that way. It's just not in my personality. You know, if you I always refer to the Friends episode when Monica, I don't know if you remember this episode or if you watched Friends, but Friends, Monica, they go to a flashback where Monica is trying to be sexy with carrots towards Chandler, and she's like rubbing the carrots all over. Do you know that scene? And I go, that would be me. I'm a tomboy, you know. I'm a different kind of sexy, you know, and it's appealing to some men. Tomboy women that appeal to is sexy to some men. Some men prefer them more feminine, you know, like it's all taste, it's all subjective. But I'm just gonna be me. And I'm not like if I did the titty thing, like I would be so awkward, man. I'd be so fucking awkward. But doesn't mean that I don't feel sexy. And it doesn't mean that I have anything against being sexual. It's just I am a theatrical band and I have a story and a journey and lore and a concept to my albums. So me showing my tits, it doesn't feed into that story. You know what I mean? So that's
Mm.
why it's not in the storyline. But believe me, I want to do some photographs before I get too fucking old and my tits are fucking down on my knees. I'm going to take some sexy pictures. I'm going to put it out. And when I do, everyone's going to be like, oh shit, she has tits. You know what I mean? But it, again, it's that competitive. People will have things to say about it. People, you know, and you just can't fucking worry. I mean, that's the things people think, oh, you know, well, I used to like you. Now you're fucking, you know, you curse too much or you have too many opinions or I'm no longer a fan, you know, whatever, right? Like keep your personal business. I'm like, and my response was, this is my personal page. What do you mean keep my personal shit to myself? Get the fuck off my fucking personal page, you fuck. You know, and that was my response. And they're like, and people are shocked because for so many years I was quiet and I let people get away with saying shit like that. And they thought it would hurt my feelings. Where did anybody feel that I was afraid of losing a fan? I don't want fans that are assholes. Do you want fans that are assholes?
No.
No, none of us do. But when you're starting out and you're trying to build numbers and you're trying to build followers, you're afraid of that, your reputation getting those blemishes, right? Those comments.
Mhm.
But honestly, I have gained so many more fans now that are like good fans, the kind of fans I want,
Yeah.
that are telling me, tell that motherfucker to fuck off. I will fucking back you up. I want those fans because they're more like me. They're not going to be shit. I don't want the fake fans that judge everybody. I don't
I
fucking.
totally understand what you're saying because I have the 2 pages. I have, like, the Violet Vixen page and
Yeah.
then my personal page, and somebody the other day went on and wrote, like, "You need to lay off the AI," and I'm thinking, like, first of all, we're not friends, so you went out of your way to look at my page and then, like, tell me off when it was, like, clearly AI, like, I
Yeah.
was coming out of a Chucky doll box, like, it was,
How
like
fun.
I mean, it was, like, pretty much the same as laying on the bed with Ghostface in the
Yeah.
back, like,
So everybody did that and it was fun.
and I'm just thinking, like, and this weekend, I, like, went through my cosplay closet because a few friends of mine, like, wanted some outfits, and I'm thinking, like, I can get rid of so many props that I've hoarded for years thinking that I needed them for
Trust.
one thing in a photo shoot, like
You know what? You can sell them if it helps you build your podcast for future. I mean, that's what I do. I once in a while will release one of my stage dresses or tour dresses, and we need to make money as creators to continue doing what we're doing. Right? People don't realize it costs a lot of fucking money, subscriptions, things like that. So, like, I've just always been really transparent about it. And the bottom line is, like, at the end of the day, the reality is, and I am not shy to say, is the day that my sales go to zero is the day that we won't be a band anymore. It's pretty simple math. You know what I mean? I can't sustain a business or a band and the expenses of being a band and making music if I don't sell merch. You know what I mean? If I don't tour, if I don't
I
do.
think when you have passion behind what you're doing,
Yeah,
like, that just comes with it, you know what I mean? Like, like, for me, I think confidence is something that you build.
right.
Like
It's inside you. Yeah. And you build
yeah,
on it.
like, I mean, when I started doing like, when I first started, like, going on air and actually doing a podcast, I was on a live show first, and I hated my voice, but then people started commenting on how it was kinda unique, and I'm like,
Yeah.
"Okay, like,
You have a great
I'll keep
voice.
going, like, let's see what happens." And now today, like, you know, I have my own, and I don't have to really listen to what other people are saying or like, if I wanna be a guest co-host, like, I can do that, but, like, I don't have to abide by anybody else's rules.
That's great. I mean, that is the freedom of art that is so, so absolutely crucial to a creator. Um, like, I haven't, so I'm about to launch a podcast next year.
Mhm.
So I'll probably have you as a guest on my show. Uh,
Oh, that would be fun.
yeah, but but I haven't done this because I'm still dealing with the album. I'm still doing music, but it's something that I want to do for me, because like I said, I meant to do music for 5 years. I have so many other things I want to do as a creator. I want to do books. I mean, I definitely want to do the podcast thing, but not to be an influencer, but just to share more shit in my life. It
Mhm.
has nothing to do with music. That has to do with wisdom. That has to do with experiences. And it's a lot of things in the world that people are so afraid to talk about, especially women, right? So I just turned 55 this year. So I was like, you know what? I have some fucking wisdom. I have some fucking wisdom to share. And it will help so many people um, in the smallest way, but that's what I want to do in my lifetime. I want to help people. And I've done it in music, I've done it in dance, I've done it, I've done a lot of things, but this is the one thing that I haven't done and I want to do it. So
Oh, do it.
my
It's so much
yeah, so
fun.
podcast is I finally came up with a title. It's called Hush Hush.
Oh, that's
Um,
fun.
yeah, so it's hush hush, meaning just things that people are very uncomfortable talking about. And I don't want to talk about it. So yeah, so I'm probably gonna like have definitely invite you because I'm gonna invite not just musicians, not because everybody has their niche,
Mhm.
but I'm gonna invite like other podcasters. I'm gonna have people who are just like everyday average Joe Schmo on there talking about stuff. Some comedian friends of mine, some musician friends of mine, some crew people, some haunt people, just all kinds of walks of life. Some business people, real estate. Well, getting somebody to talk about real estate for like the average Joe, like people who can't fucking afford a down payment or still living rent.
I love it.
Like I want to talk about all kinds of shit, but it exposes it to a community that's usually not exposed to that stuff. But I'm kind of bringing the rest of the world into our metal community because I'm part of the metal
I
community.
I think it's great.
Yeah, because like I just have a lot of shit to talk about, and I think a lot of people are curious and questions, and so I'm going to do that. And it's called Hush Hush. Yeah,
I
yeah,
think it's definitely way easier to hop on and kind of just have like a full-on conversation than do like the separate little clips like here and there. Like, I mean, we'll take clips from the show.
yeah.
It's real easy, post them up, bada bing, bada boom. Like, I think even for content, like just being able to sit there and have like a open conversation with someone,
Yeah.
it really like I know it's really helped me in a
Well,
lot of
yeah.
different areas.
I mean, I don't know if you're a big fan of Joe Rogan, but I am.
Mhm.
But I like how he talks to all kinds of different people from all kinds of industries, and they could be famous and they could be not famous, but he just kind of does that whole thing, and I think that's kind of where I wanted to go with mine, which is like on a smaller scale. I'm not Joe Rogan, I never will be, but on a smaller scale in my own way, in my own community, that I get to be like that, where I just talk about so many different things that our community might be interested in. Not because that's the thing is like a lot of my
I think
friends
that's great.
yeah. So it's just something I want to do, and you know, I have like all kinds of different
I've
games.
def I've
Weird.
definitely found that when you give a guest, like, a safe space to talk, like, that's why, we started kinda doing the pre-taping, even though it was, like, easier with schedules and everything,
Mhm.
like, definitely to do taping, but also in case we're having a conversation and it gets deep and that person like I don't ever want someone to say something, especially on our show, that would make them feel bad when it's released. Like,
Uh,
I want people to feel good about coming on here and comfortable, and I found most of the time, like, I'll tell them I don't wanna, like, really go there with that, like, if you decide, whatever, but, like, this is just a conversation, it's about positivity. Like, I found people really do open up, so I think you would do really, really well with that,
yeah,
making
I think
people
it'd be
feel
interesting.
comfortable.
I would want to watch that show. That's the thing is I guess I'm trying to, and I love what you're doing because like you said, you created this safe space, and I think a lot of artists will appreciate that. Plus it's fun and you're fun.
It's so much fun. I mean, I've got like, even the different genres and the different experiences that people have experienced, like, it's just so awesome to hear all the stories. I mean, everybody's kind of linked in some way, like,
Mhm.
it's wild.
Now, so I mean, I know you put the Pretty Little Pot. Is do you only interview or talk to female artists?
No,
No, right? Yeah,
no,
you
I
talked to.
have I've,
I hadn't gone through your whole list, your whole playlist, but I did see. I did see a few of them.
I mean, music is definitely, like, probably the heart, but, no, we have, all sorts of people. I mean, from actors to, promoters to I mean,
That's great.
it's basically anyone that we kind of find, like, fascinating on any of the sites,
Yeah,
and it's cool. I mean, quite a few guests that we've had on have started up podcasts and are doing their thing now.
yeah. I mean, it's for me. It's just a talk, like you said, a safe space to talk about things that people are uncomfortable talking about. Because I was like, there's really nowhere to go for that right now. you know? And I think I'm 55. I'm still a little bit
I
young,
can't even believe
but
that
at
that's your age.
55, at 55, you've got some wisdom to share, you know what I mean? And especially with my community, my fan base, even the average is, 25 to like 45. So like I have some wisdom for them in their little section of generations, that can help them in their next 5, 10 years, you know what I mean? That I may have learned that I'm just going to share. Some people may be past that, but some people may be like, oh my God, I'm so glad I watched this because like I didn't know that or whatever. And it's just based on my experience. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's all based on my experience. Like I'm definitely gonna have like different episodes. I mean, there's an absurd episode, a cringe episode that's gonna happen. The first episode's called Skid Marks. So, hush hush skid marks. So that episode is obviously very, very, niche for people who want to tune into that podcast, that episode. And it's not for everybody, but that's the whole thing is like,
You know what? Anybody that lives with a partner or has a child,
yeah,
especially boys, sorry
yeah, but
guys, but
it's just
like,
such it's going to be such a candid conversation. And my whole thing and why I haven't put it up yet is I'm getting a friend of mine is getting everything set up like Dennis is doing for you behind the
mhm,
scenes, getting it set up so I can have multiple guests at the same time.
okay,
Because my whole thing is whatever topic that I'm going to do, I'm going to have like two guests that are for it, two guests that are against it, so that
that's
there's some
cool.
conversation. You know what I mean? And I'm just kind of like the mediator, right? The moderator of it. And I'll throw in some questions and things that prompt conversation.
With the program that we use, you can have up to 10.
StreamYard, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what's being set up for me right now, and all the graphics and little crazy things I want done. As you can imagine, the crazy things that I want it to happen during a conversation has to
Well, if
be.
it's anything like your videos and just all your other
Mm,
aesthetics, like, I can't even wait.
yeah, it's exciting. I mean, and definitely, I definitely am going to have an episode with all podcasters.
Mhm,
So you're probably going to be invited to that. Um, you know, so there, I think I'm going to have four or five of you coming
mhm.
together talking about your podcast and why and how you guys do things differently, and what struggles you guys went through, and starting it up, and what's the fucking meaning of, okay, we got to get to 1,000 subscribers. What does that fucking mean? We all kind of know. I even kind of fucking know what it means, but I don't. I
I
do
just
and I
like
don't.
I kinda go with the flow. I just, like, am trying to unlock things, and I'm telling you, like, I'm monetized on, like, everything, and I'm so bad with keeping up with it, like, I'm gonna be honest, like, it's
But that's what I'm saying.
exhausting.
Some of you are like fucking keyed and dialed into that shit and making a living. And then some of you are like, just like, wings flying by the seat of your pants, kind of whatever fucking happens, happens. But, I think that episode in itself, we're going to learn things together, and we're going
Mm.
to fucking share things, and we're going to help some others that are upcoming and new, that are going to avoid their mistakes that we made or whatever, and that kind of thing. And I think it's just a cool sharing, but it's just like, it's the same thing I'm talking about earlier about the competitiveness. It's like, um, there's millions of podcasters. Don't worry about competing. You don't fucking just do your thing, man. Just have fun. As long as you're having fun, it's gonna fucking happen the way you want it to. Don't worry about so and so and so and so. Who fucking cares? You know what I mean? So and so has 100,000 more subscribers. Who fucking cares? There's a million bands out there that have like, I'm excited because I hit fucking 500,000 streams on my album. Okay, that there's like a band that they come out with a song and it hit 500,000 streams that first day. So am I going to sit here and compare my? No, that's stupid. That does nothing for you. Okay? It does absolutely nothing for you. And then like the whole thing, oh, I can't share I can't share this podcast, or I can't share this other band's new album on my page because like it'll just take away from like my algorithm and my posts, right, about me, right? And I'm like,
Everything adds to the algorithm.
I'm like, okay, first of all, you are prioritizing the wrong things in your fucking life. Okay. That And I've been there. I'm a culprit. I went through that in my first 2 years. Just, oh my God, I gotta get, put my numbers, right? I can't get a tour. I can't fucking do this. I can't get ahead. No one's gonna notice me. The industry is gonna reject me because I look amateur because I don't have the fucking numbers. And I went through all that for the first 2 or 3 years of my as a band. And dude, it didn't move anything of the needle any further except my own anxiety. You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
accomplished fucking zero. Okay, but I do have a formula. I have learned the hard way how to fucking grow as a band because I've done it. I've
What's
done
your
it for
secret?
14 years. Um, being genuine and fucking working hard and putting money into your investing in yourself like any fucking business. It's business 101. It's really podcaster, fucking web designer, fucking business, small business, donut shop, fucking fashion store, fucking tarot card, fucking online, whatever the fuck business you're trying to do, you have to invest in yourself. If you cannot put in even, I'm just saying like $5,000 in a span of 2 or 3 years into yourself and your business, then don't,
Yeah.
don't fucking do
I
it.
mean, it's all so,
You know what
I
I mean?
mean, everything's expensive now, even to
You've got
tour.
to spend money. You've got to spend money on yourself and what you are doing. And you've got to spend it smart though. You know, like everyone's like, I can't believe your music video. It's so good. Why is it only have 30,000 views? Like, why is it in the millions? And I'm like, because I didn't do Google ads. You know why? Because I have Hear Me Cry has over 1 million fucking views. Is it doing anything to help me pay my bills and eat? No. Is YouTube making money? Yeah.
I
But
totally understand, and so many people, I mean, honestly, I talk to people in the industry, I mean, on a constant
yeah,
basis, and everybody kind of uses a different site to check someone out. I mean, the old heads, they more go to like Facebook and maybe Instagram.
mhm,
Like, some people use TikTok, some people use Spotify, some look on YouTube. I mean, I think literally, I
you
think some
have to know
people
your audience.
focus too much on one thing and they're not kind of like adding to all of it.
Correct. So you have to, it's like a stock portfolio. You have to diversify your portfolio. If you put all your eggs in one basket, it's not going to fucking happen for you.
Exactly.
Right. And that's the other thing is like you have to know your audience. You know, hardcore band, don't fucking pay for an ad on Revolver. People who read Revolver don't even fucking know what hardcore is. Okay. Right. Like you kind of have to know where to market. You know what I mean? Like, and it's if you're into, the horror scene, your audience should be horror like minded audience. You know what I mean? You shouldn't be just joining female fronted metal of fucking, you should be joining like horror, clown carnival, like, and you should be a horror, haunted beings or like all these different, there's a millions of groups on Facebook, you guys, and other, TikTok, insert,
The
there's
gatherings.
things,
The gathering is the
gathering.
place to go.
Correct. If you're a metal and carnival and all that stuff and hip hop, you should join the gathering. You should join the juggalos. You should get involved. You should get to know. You should learn more about it. But that's the thing is like that. I think that's where I feel a lot of newer bands go wrong. I was lucky because I had a vision for what I wanted to do from the get go. I knew I knew what I was going to do was my story, my lore, concept albums. I knew what kind of music, I knew what sound I wanted. I knew from the get go. And a lot of new bands, I think they're trying to figure it out along the way.
Mhm.
And we did. We did. We had to figure it out. It took us 2 years, but we didn't go put everything out those 2 years. We stayed quiet about it all until we figured out our sound. And then when we came out with Mushroom Head on tour, it was, half human, half doll, the comic book, everything. And everybody was like, that's who they are. And we have stuck to it. That's the other second part of it. You stick to it. You stick to who you are. If you're fucking a clown one day and you're fucking this another day, and like I said, going back to the root of it all, you do you. If you're all over the place, and you haven't identified everything yet, and you want to dabble in all kinds of different, then you do that. But know that that is, you're sharing your growth and development with the world, and that's why you're not, nothing sticking. Okay,
Mhm.
because your fan base changes, right, based on what you're
Mhm.
doing, right? Like
Yeah.
TV, you watch this show and you're into Survivor, and then you go to another, you're like, nah, that's not really my thing. You're a
Yeah.
Survivor fan, right? So if you switch, then they're like, I'm still a Survivor person. I'm still a dark metal carnival person. I'm still a horror person. I'm not really in. So if I switch right now and start doing listening something really poppy, right, disco poppy,
Mm.
they may or may not like it, right? But like for me, 14 years later, I have the rejects. I've established a very loyal following fan base, like a family of friends. And so it doesn't really matter at this point what I put out, because they're going to love what I do because they know what I stand for. It's different when somebody follows and supports you because of what you stand for versus what you put out. But that comes with time. It's earned, right? Over time.
Mhm.
I said, but like Poppy or Madonna, if Madonna comes out and sings ABCs right now, people will still, her fans will still fucking buy it. Her fans will still support it. Um, that's something as an artist you have to find for yourself, and it has to be genuine. So like me, like everyone's doing Halloween now, right? All the
Mhm.
female fronted artists are all doing makeup and horror makeup and doing shit like that, and they're going into my world, right? My world.
I know. I know.
And that's fine. And I'm like, hi, welcome to the fun. I'm like, this is what I do all the time. See? And I'm like, do you get it now? Like why I do it all the time? Because you guys are limiting yourself to this fun only during Halloween season. I said, and a lot of them are starting to like get into the horror and get a little bit more outside of the sexy girl only, sexy rocker girl. They're getting into more theatrical stuff, which, and people are like, oh, they're copying you. And I'm like, first of all, I'm not the first and I'm not the last. And I don't own a copyright on fucking horror. You know what I mean? Like they're discovering their own thing. And I'm happy because at the end of the day, I'm all about creators creating. You know what I mean? I am 55 years old. I am not competing with anyone. Okay. I don't compete. I never have. I don't do battle bands. I did one when I was a 2 week old band. Okay. I refuse to do battle the bands. I refuse to do that because I feel like I don't I don't want to compete with other people. I want to
Have
live.
you had a hard time with people feeling like competing with you?
Well,
Because
if
I
I
know,
don't
like, the
put it
more
hard enough,
I don't compete, the more people, like, kinda do it to me, and I'm like,
well,
"Yeah,
yeah,
that's
that's
not
exactly
my
what they do.
mindset."
Well, so it's like I, for instance, there was a battle, something like voting battle thing to get on a stage for, I think it was Louder Than Life or one of those kinds of things years ago. And
Mhm.
it was me and like somebody nominated my name into the list. And I was like, no, 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 no. I don't do these because the thing is, if I actively go for this, all those DIY bands are going to lose because I've done more than them. I've been out more than them. I've gone on tour. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I completely take a spot from these bands that actually this is their first opportunity to do anything fucking amazing, like that's like in the industry, right?
Mhm.
To get a chance to like meet some people or be exposed to some people that might actually sign them or manage them or book them or so. Why would I take that opportunity away from someone? I've already done a tour. I've
Yeah.
already done those things. I already work with a fucking Grammy nominated producer. Why would it take away from my own community? So that's the thing is that people don't ever see behind the scenes is that I have never competed with anyone from day one because I started my band when I was 40. And when you're at 40 years old, you're not trying to compete with a 25-year-old. That's just stupid.
I love that
That's
because
stupid. I mean, that's just life. That has nothing to do with music, bands. That's just woman to woman. Like, why would you, as a 40-year-old, try to compete with a 25-year-old? They're like younger than you. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's stupid. Why do you even compete at
I
all?
love that so much because when I turned 40, I went and I did, like, some sexy photo shoots,
Mhm.
and I'm telling you, you would like, it was so weird for me because I'm not a model. First of all, I'm short. I am
Like
kind of
there.
awkward. Like, I'm just not the model
Yeah,
type.
you're like me. We're just kind of like who we are, you know? I would say I'm
Like,
more
I
cute than sexy.
I know what looks right for me on a
Yeah,
photo because I do take a lot of photos and stuff.
yeah.
Like, I know what kind of works, but, like, I'm definitely not like, if it's between, like, eating a cheesesteak or having the perfect body for a photo, like, best believe I'm gonna be, like, halfway deep into a cheesesteak. So,
Same
like,
here.
that's just me.
That reminds me of a story. I went out on a double date when I was what 22. uh, just dating two guys, me and a girl, and I didn't know the girl. It was my date and his friend and his date, and we
Mhm,
went and we went on the date, and then we were going to go to a club, but we stopped to eat first, right? And she was like, "I'll just have some of your French fries." And I was, and she was shy, it was that whole thing, and I was like, I was like Tommy's burger with the chili, like wiping it off my face. I was like, this is so fucking good. And I was like, give me the fucking pepperoni, and I'm like biting into it and squishing everywhere. And my date at the time, his name was Brian, he was like, I love that you fucking are eating right now. Like, he goes, that's the kind of girlfriend I would want that actually will eat. And then the other girl was like, and I was like, "You're gonna starve later, honey, because everything's be closed. But I'm eating now." But yeah, I mean, it's just a story I'll never forget. But yeah, she was starving. She was starving, and I was like,
yeah,
"This."
like, I can't understand. I can't understand women, girls, like, I don't understand how you can sit there and, like, not eat anything, like, especially because usually the guy will be getting a steak or, like, something
Yeah,
to, like, try to
yeah,
impress you, and, like, I'm just not that girl, like, if you're
I am
taking me
not
out
either.
to eat, like, I'm gonna eat.
Yeah, but that's the thing is, like, I think women. I think it's social like anxiety of you know, the pressure of like, and that's the thing is like society does it. I mean, how many times do I have some of my friends who are posting sexy pictures of themselves, and it's all, and it's not even about them trying to get attention. And I think a lot of people think that. I think it's for them. It's about feeling good and building their own self esteem again because they feel fat or ugly or, they feel something like they're losing and they want to be successful in what they're doing
Mhm,
artistically. So they feel like I'm just going to keep trying to improve myself. So they work out or whatever they do. But I think when they get those mean comments, like you're fat, you're a fucking whore or what, stupid shit
mm.
like that. And again, I just wish I could just, when I see that happen, I just wish I could reach out to my friends and be like, dude, fuck that fucking person. They don't fucking matter. Like at the end of the day, you do you. Like you, if you feel sexy, you are fucking sexy. You know what I mean? And you know what? Let me tell you, there's millions of people in the world, and guess what? 500,000 of them think you're fat. 500,000 of them think you're fucking cute and you're fucking sexy. And you know what? That's don't fucking worry about the other 500,000. Just worry about the 500,000 that think you're hot. You know what I mean? Like I'm weird. Some people love weird. You know what I mean?
I think that
Um,
it's important for people that have been through it though. Like, people are always gonna have something to say. And like I'm the same way. Like I'm weird. I've owned it. Like I know that's how I am. I can't be like other people because it just comes off. Like I mean, even when I try to like use like, I'll try to write, like, an email for the podcast, and I'm
uh,
like, I gotta sound professional, I'm, like, talking to management and everything.
yeah,
Like, I really just wanna be like it's kinda like hopping on, like, a pre-recorded, like, FaceTime call.
yeah.
Like, we're gonna kick it, like, wherever they wanna take it, they can talk about whatever, like but I have to use, like, a more but even that, I think,
Chat
like, awkward.
GPT. There goes AI. Chat GPT. Say, this is what I want to say. How can it make it more professional for an email? And it'll do it for you. So you really don't have to change who you are and what you're actually, but it'll help you polish it up or whatever. And that's a great thing.
Not even gonna
I mean,
lie, I've
I don't
done
know.
that a few times because
And
I
you know
just
what's fucked up is like half those management people, they're fucking like, they don't give a fuck how you word it. They really don't. You know what I mean? They don't.
But then, like, I also think in the back of my mind, like, when it's like bigger management that I don't like have a connection, I'm like, I've got to make it stand out. And at the same time, like, I've got to make it like not seem like I'm a psychopath. So, like,
Yeah, that's I know what you mean by that.
that like weird balance where it doesn't come off like I'm not
Like,
a
okay,
super
who is
fan,
this
but I
psycho
really
person?
want
You
one.
don't want to get blocked at that point. Like, who's this fucking psycho person? But you know what? I don't know. Like, I really have spent the last few years just learning how to not give a fuck. And I think that there's a freedom to that that is very important for many of us to to like grab and hold on to. You know what I mean? Especially the world's going to shit now.
Yeah, like there's so many things that we have no control over. And like at this point, like I can't focus on really like what everybody else is doing and what they're posting and whatever. Like I go on, I support the music, I support my friends, I like their content, but like I just can't hear about all the negative stuff all the time. And I know like a couple of my friends are like, you're just being naive and that's part of the problem. And I'm like, yeah, it's not that I'm being naive. Like I hear
Choice.
it.
It's a
I
choice.
just don't want to focus on negative. Like I want to focus on positive and things that like inspire me.
Correct. Correct. I mean, that's like the shirt I'm wearing tonight. I want to go a shout out to my friends. These are my friends, Junim. Junim. It's a hardcore band out of Chino, California. They're a small band. Never did any national tours or anything, but Colton is a personal friend of mine. When I did the tour with Little Miss Nasty in 2023, we had a long drive to Sacramento, and I was like, "Dude, you're hardcore. We're Carnival. We'll never tour together. We'll never fucking be on the same bill." You know what I mean? So why don't we do a bro show? Let's just do a bro show. And we did it. We did it at his fucking spot, that his local spot, that him and his buddy bands all play all the fucking time. And there's probably going to be like 20, 30, fucking 40 people there. And it doesn't fucking matter. I just wanted to play a show with my fucking friend, and have a good time. We had a fucking blast. I lost
I
my
was
fucking
about to say it was probably like their
it was
best
the most
show
fun show
because
I've ever played. And I lost my voice the next day because we were just doing these guttural growls with them. I was like, so, because I love hardcore music. Um, but yeah, so now they're finally trying to like go and do some stuff outside of California and start doing something. And their dream tour is to go to South Korea and do like a hardcore
how do
tour.
you spell their name?
Junim, it's Junim. But these guys are just brilliant musicians. Um, they're all about the fucking music, and yeah, they're not working with a big time producer. They're not, there's no bells and whistles, but their music is just really raw, and that's what I love about it. And you think about like metal, metalcore, hardcore. It's, for me, there's nothing more fun than like that circle hit with like the fucking really heavy breakdowns, and you're just immersed in that sound and that music and those beats. And that's some of my favorite things. Now, I'm not that kind of a band. That's not our music, but it doesn't mean that I don't love that shit. So like, that's the kind of stuff I listen to, like
I've been noticing a lot of like mixed bills though.
yeah.
Like ever since like Warp Tour
Mhm.
and like some of the bigger show, like they've been just mixing it up. I mean, like I was so excited. I mean, it was like Millionaires and Saving Vice, and there was the Martyr
Mhm.
and Kings and Constable, and I'm like, this is like such a dynamic lineup, and I just
That's cool.
absolutely am here for it.
Yeah, that's cool, because that's the thing is like, I mean, there's always the elitist, right? Well, like, if you're going to do a death metal fest, you better have all death metal bands. And it's like, I think those days are gone. You know what I mean? On the business side, it's probably because they need to sell more tickets. And so they need to diversify,
Mhm,
people who are going out to see music. The scene is different. It's shifted, right? And then you've got big bands like Sleep Token and fucking Lorna Shore and fucking all those Spirit Box, all these big names that are mixing it up subgenres too. That
mhm.
now it's kind of like it's all shifting, and for me, I'm all for it, because it's like music, art, music is never meant to be anything you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
I'll keyword supposed to. You know what I mean? Uh, Art is not supposed to be anything but art. And the creator is the only one that gets to make that decision. You know what I mean?
It's supposed to inspire a feeling. It's
Correct.
supposed to like, you know, I know that I've even been kind of different with who I follow lately.
Hmm.
Like I want my whole feed to be like people that are inspiring me not only musically but creative. Like I right now I've been like really, I mean, Sky Sweet Nam,
Yeah.
you
You know,
obviously, I mean,
yeah, but
I,
she's been kicking ass on her. She learned how to produce her own fucking music videos and build her own sets. I mean, what the fuck? And you know what? Like, her and I've not talked. We've met before. I met her during the Cradle Filth tour, and she was there to visit. We had the same manager, and she went and got signed by Napalm, and I had not seen. First, I saw her everywhere. Once they got signed, and then she was quiet for a while, and I was like, "Oh fuck," right? And I'm only reading between the lines. I don't know what the fuck
she
happened.
was brewing.
But I was like, it's because you got signed and they started to try to control you, and you didn't need that. You are fantastic at what you do. And I, as an artist, I was just like, well, maybe they're just trying to control her and she can't do anything without them. So she's quiet now. And I'm like, that's fucked up because, but look at her come back now. Fucking
Yeah,
double
she came back
crown.
with a vengeance.
Yeah, and I'm like, fuck yeah. So I'm all for it. And her and I aren't friends per se, like we don't know each other, but I have a lot of respect for her with the DIY stuff because I'm a big advocate on DIY. And for me, we both got offered to be signed by Napalm the same year. She said yes, I said no. So I'm glad I said no. I mean, I kind of knew it. You know what I mean? I kind of knew a bad feeling about it. And I don't know if her experience was bad or good. I don't know because like I said, I don't know her. But I have a feeling it wasn't so great. You know what I mean? For her.
So what would you tell artists that are so set on being signed and feel
Just
that that's
careful.
like
I would
the
just say
most important
careful
thing?
what you sign up for. And you got to think future. You got to think, is this good for my future? Because at the end of the day, if you ask people ask, how do you get to 500,000 streams? How do you sell that many merch? Like how do you get on those tours? They always ask me all these questions. I'm like, because I choose who I want to work with. That's how, you know what I mean? And I choose my fans. And my fans, they know I'm genuine. They know what I'm up to. I'm transparent about shit. You know what I mean? Like I don't I don't try to impress my fans. My fans never are impressed by me. Like I'm just like, sorry, you guys, I was sick. I didn't fucking send out fucking packages. I'm sorry. If you want a refund, let me know.
I think
Like I'm just
people
real
need
about
that
it.
right now. I think people just need you to just tell them, like,
With
look,
love.
I just didn't do this. I like,
I was like, see, in order to preserve my privacy of my personal life, but people know they've read my book 50. They kind of know that I suffer from depression. I suffer from high anxiety and stress. And this year I'm dealing with, going through cancer screening. So I decided I canceled all my tours and I'm going to focus on my health. And my whole thing right now is hashtag ascension. And I was telling you about the no rules, like just learning to not give a fuck about things that don't matter. And I think it's a huge thing for me personally to ascend to my next level of who I am as a person. Ascension is a big keyword for me right now. And that's part of the whole, embracing my silvers. I mean, I dyed my hair. I'm trying to take good care of myself and do the things that I want to do. You know what I mean? Um, and that's what I'm focusing on. So, like, if I don't feel well, I don't think I need to explain to people why. Maybe I woke up that morning and all I wanted to do was stay in bed all day because of my depression and I had no control over it. But I don't think I need to spell all that out in a fucking post. I just say, I'm sorry, they're going to be delayed. If you want a refund and you don't want to wait, I will refund you your money. But I am not going to, like I used to, just run myself ragged to make sure I fulfilled the order. and then like just crash. You know what I mean? And it just spiral into a deeper depression because I felt I mean, Cry of the Raven, the song on my album, is about that. I always have to do what they all expect. No time left for you. Sacrifice myself again. I just want a place to hide away. Place a big red sign says that I am closed today. And that line itself is about being a band, being a musician, being where I have all these, these things that I have to do, you know, and it's no excuse. I mean, at the end of the day, a person ordered a fucking CD. I need to send the shit out. But I also think about it like this. At the end of the day, you guys who buy my shit know that I'm a DIY band, and the only person that sends these out is me. And if I'm suffering a mental fucking breakdown today, I have to take care of myself before I send this out. And it's no excuse. But I offered you a refund if you can't wait till I'm better mentally. And it's not an excuse, and it's not right. It's not right or wrong. You are entitled to get your order. You paid good money for it. I should send it out. But I'm incapable right now. So if you buy merch from Raven Black, you might get it right away. Just like the Halloween Miss Rags. They went out right because I'm in a healthy state of mind. But, you know, sometimes I can't fucking do it. And I just physically cannot fucking mentally be focused enough to do it. And I have to put out a post to my group privately, and I say, if you want a refund, I'll send you a refund. But if you can wait, then I will send it out. And I always end
I
up.
actually try on days when I'm just not motivated or don't like want to do anything. I try really hard to at least make a TikTok. Like just getting up and like, getting myself together, putting on an outfit, like whatever, like I I do try to do that as much as possible. Like it's not even as much about like putting out the content.
Mhm.
It is like, okay, I know I got to put out content, so I'm going to get myself together. And honestly, like that, I mean, especially during the pandemic and all that, I mean, it it helped me. I mean, social media and kind of like pushing to keep talking and keep doing content. I mean, that helped a little bit. But I mean, there's days that everybody gets it, and you've been doing it for a while.
Yeah.
Like, there's just
You
days
get
when you're
burned out.
like,
You get
listen,
burned
I've
out.
done this for 12 years. I've done it strong. Like, I won't let you down, but today's not the day.
Yeah, and I probably have lost. I mean, I've probably lost like 40% of my sales in the last 3 years because I have been away from social media. But it was a choice I made for my own mental health and physical health that I needed to do that. You know, I needed to do that for me. And I'm okay with it now. I struggled with it at the beginning. I struggled with it. And I was like, but that's the thing is what's really important to me is my health, being home, being safe. I mean, people don't realize I had so much anxiety being on that RV touring on the road. Like
Oh, I can only
I would
imagine.
literally be shaking in the bed, in the RV, and we're driving down the highway to the next venue, and I would literally hold on to Ryan and say, "You know what?" And I would, how you do like the "Now I lay me down to sleep, pray the Lord my soul."
Mhm.
I would go, if I die, at least I'm with Ryan. If we die in a car accident, I'm at least with him, and I accept that. I died doing something I love. I would
Yeah,
say
and that's
every fucking night. And people don't realize like that's how much anxiety. And then I would get up and I would have to go and get, sound check and do all this and do a show. And then, merch and all. And I'm like, I don't even get to the RV till like 2 or 3 in the morning because I'm
it's
hanging out.
draining.
Yeah, because I'm hanging out, visiting with people at the show after the show, and we're loading out. And then I go back there, take off all my makeup, go to a truck stop, take a shower, eat something at a truck stop, and then go back to bed and do that exact same thing. I hope I don't die tonight on my way to the next venue. And living like that. And, we toured so much. I mean, there was 2019, we did 4 tours and we had 2 or 3 breakdowns. In 2023, we had 2 tire blowouts. We hit a fucking awning. We hit a fucking rail, like a cabinet came in the middle of the road and my driver either had to choose, like, either we're going to hit the cabinet dead on or we're going to hit the rail. We're going to skate along the rail.
Whenever somebody just gets off on tour, I'm like, what was that moment in the tour when you were just like,
Yeah,
oh my God.
we could have died, like so many times. And it's like, one tour, our fucking wheels got on fire, you know, because the bearings got too hot and it fucking, tire went on fire. And it's like, we're driving down the fucking highway down a hill and our fucking tires are on fire and people are honking at us telling us to pull over. And we're like, dude, like, how many times I almost died on tour? And I'm just like,
That's dramatic, and
it is
people don't
very dramatic.
understand. They're like, "But we just wanna see you." Like,
Yeah,
yeah, we all wanna see
but
you,
that's
but,
what I'm
like,
saying. So like for me, it's like the fact that I didn't tour all this year and I'm focusing on my health. Like I was like, I have to choose me and my health mentally and physically before that. You know what I mean? And so, but I had such a hard time 3 or 4 years ago with this idea, of giving up touring. And it was like, but now it's like I'm perfectly fine with it. Now I'm like, I get it. Something clicked in my head where it's like, your health, dude, like you're gonna have zero touring if you die. You
yeah.
know, and like you're gonna have zero music. Everything stops if you can't function.
It's hard when you always push yourself to, like,
You
do
just don't.
everything. Like, you get to the point where it's like, "Am I doing this because I wanna do it, or am I doing this because, like, everybody expects me to do it?"
Well, that's the thing, and that's kind of where I started, kind of leaking to everybody in my fan clubs, like privately. I've been talking to people about, what I'm going to do music the way I want to do it, and I'm going to lose a lot of my fans because they want an active touring musician. That's the bands that they follow. That's the bands they buy merch from, and I'm okay with that now. You know what I mean? I'm okay with that. And that's the thing that people don't understand. And then like I'm starting to like share my friends' music and my friends' videos and my friends doing stuff because they're really actively out there trying to tour. They're really actively trying to get these opportunities. So I'm now making it a point as I sit at home to help them get what they want because I knew how to do it. So I'm trying my best to help them in any way that I can, in the littlest possible way as a friend, to help them achieve what they want to do. I've already done what I wanted to do. Now am I not going to ever do a tour? The tour has to make sense for me. You know what I mean? It has to make it worth for me to do that again every night.
Yeah.
And it has to make sense for me financially. And the world right now, as we know, economically, everything is fucking inflation's fucked. So
Mhm.
like going on a tour before for 30 days would cost us roughly about $20,000-$30,000. Now it's
Quadruple that, and
now
especially
it's
food and everything else.
Now it's like 50 grand, 60 grand. I mean, renting an RV back in 2019 cost us 5 grand, right? Now for me to rent an RV for three
A
weeks costs
wheel.
9 to 10 grand. Go to RV Share. Go to any of those RV, go rent something for 30 days, like an RV that fits 8 people, 7 people, a band and crew. Go find out how much it costs. That's just that without gas, without everything else. So like for me, why put myself through that stress, especially when I'm trying to focus on my health? So it just wasn't worth it to me. And I was real about it. And I said, I have to focus on my health. Japan, my dream tour, Japan. I'm supposed to be there in November, and it was all the biggest sold out shows, biggest fucking venues in Tokyo, fucking Osaka. My dream tour, finally comes my way. And if I can get it and we're doing it and I'm dealing with this health stuff. So I was like, but at the end of the day, though, the stress of preparing for that would not be good for my health physically, you know? So I had to give it up. And I was like, you know what? We'll do it again. I will go to Japan in the future, when I want to, when I'm ready, when I'm healthy, you know?
Oh, I'm sure, they love that weird metal. Like, I mean, even, like, with baby metal, like, all the really, like, theatrical
Yeah.
bands like that, I mean, they do really well over there, so I doubt this is gonna be a last offer to go over there, but
Yeah. There's
while you're
that's
while
something I
you're
want
kinda
to say.
taking your break, are you actively creating music, or are you fully
I'm I'm working on something. Well, right now we're working on the last music video for the year for the album, Black
Okay.
Sonata title track. But I'm working on the comic book. So this is our third issue. It'll be released in 2026. But I ended up changing the story because I had written the comic book, and then Maisie joined the band, my guitar.
Okay.
So we have a new character. So I had to write her into the story. And then a lot has happened this year. So I've decided, and with my health. So I'm definitely gonna twist the ending more. So I'm actually finishing rewriting the comic book story again for the third time. Um, and it'll be released in 2026.
Oh,
So,
that's
but with
fun.
that, so the whole decision that Muppet and I decided when we talked to Maisie was that we're not going to do any touring in 2026 unless it's like a tour that makes sense for us, like an Avatar. Like Avatar, if they asked us to go, we would definitely say yes. You know what I mean? I think that would be worth the anxiety. But things like that. Japan, it could be up, as another opportunity, but again, we're not sure. But we decided instead of spending 30, 40, 50, $60,000 for a 30-day tour at mid-sized venues, why don't we save all of our money and do full production, a Halloween show live stream October 31st, 2026 for the entire album.
That sounds
And
amazing.
that way I don't have to go anywhere. So I knock out the whole anxiety thing, right? With traveling, the expense, instead of spending, 2 tours, 3 tours, that's at least 50, 60, $80,000 we can put into production and really do a fantastic concert Halloween and do it the way we want, you know. So yeah, so I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna save our money and we're gonna probably get a business loan to
So, well,
build
so are you thinking kind of almost like a musical kind of thing with
like a
all
Broadway
of
show, but metal.
Oh my god, that sounds so awesome.
Yeah, so that's kind of what I really want to do. So will it happen? All depends on my health. With my health, there's a lot of medical expenses that are happening. As you know, insurance isn't all so great in the U.S. and I am fully insured. So, but it doesn't change the cost of everything. You know what I mean? Uh, Surgery, they quoted me like it was like 14 grand for my surgery. So, like, yeah, you know what I mean? So like it's like, okay, so my surgery or tour. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like there's a lot of things that are happening in my personal life that I have to just focus on. So that's the whole thing. But musically, like I'm constantly writing. So it's I will there be another album in the future? I can't say no and I can't say yes. But is there music I'm still writing? Always. Yeah. I, I I did Raven's Diary as a solo thing. I mean, I wrote all of that pretty much myself with a piano loop and then went into the studio and then it was put together, with Ulrich and my producer. And we had Ryan's mom, who's a pianist, record some of the live piano, which was awesome for her to be a part of it. So it's very personal to me. But, you know, I kind of want to do some weird album that is just me and like, you know, samples. You know what I mean? Like some like you're talking about AI shit. Like
Mhm.
I'm you know what? I know everybody's criticizing it. We'll go back to that topic. But like if I want to sit here at home focusing on my health, but I still want to write music and I can't get together with my band, and I just want to write some stuff that's personal to me.
Mhm.
Why can't I use an AI generated software to help me with loops and tracking?
That's what I was saying. I like even with songwriting, like I just got into a huge conversation the other day, and like the person was getting so annoyed with me, and I wasn't seeing it where they came from. Like when someone sits in a songwriter group,
Mhm.
there's like usually like 10 people there, and they're all giving their ideas and like input on songs. So how is that any, and even like using a rhyming dictionary to get the words, how is that any different from putting in the words that you want to use into Chat GPT and having them kind of give you some ideas back. Like, I don't take
Yeah.
that as like a killer.
Well, there's one thing where I mean, so like they're saying that it's just fake because you didn't write that song. That's what a songwriter's criticism is well, you didn't write that song. Those aren't your lyrics. That's Chat GPT's. But for me, it's like the way I look at it is this: who the fuck are you to judge me anyway? So at the end of the day, I'm going to just out of principle's sake, you know what I mean? I'm going to write my lyrics because everybody knows I do write my own fucking lyrics, right? I'm going to throw it in Chat GPT. I'm going to screenshot the Chat GPT from my handwritten lyrics to the Chat GPT and say, tell me how the fuck this isn't still my lyrics. You know what I mean? Chat GPT didn't write it. It polished it for me. Right.
And I think that's what people need to understand when they say that like AI and these different things are taking away creativity. I mean, personally, I don't feel that way. Like, I think it's the way that you use it. You
Right.
can use anything and kind of
Well,
cheat something and
you still can. You could go write a song about breaking up with my boyfriend and Chat GPT or those AI things. They will write an entire song for you. So in that essence, you did not write it. You know what I mean? But that's the thing is now why there's that whole thing where you have to say AI generated and not take full publishing or songwriting credit.
but chances are that person wasn't gonna write a good song anyway,
Correct.
or they were gonna,
But,
like,
but
take
at the
bits
end of
and
the day,
pieces of other songs.
the way I see it is at the end of the day right now, if I AI generate a song right now from my lyrics and I go to an AI generator and say, give me some beats at a halftime, I want to sing in the C of D, um, like, right. And I
Mm.
just put all those parameters in and it creates a track for me. And I decide I'm going to sing a melody and the melody will be me, right? Obviously. And I put that song and I used AI to help me put this song together, right? And I put it out. At the end of the day, my fans are either going to like it or not. And it doesn't matter what anybody else fucking says because I
But
put out.
they're not gonna give a shit, like,
They're not.
I
No
mean,
one's going to give a shit. None of my fans are going to go, well, Raven, we're really disappointed in you that you AI generated that fucking song. They're going to say, I love the new song or I don't fucking like the song. And at the end of the day, it doesn't, that's not the point. The point is that this song exists and people are enjoying it. Right. And I had a hand in creating it. And it's still, I'm still part of the creator, you know, and I have no problem saying AI helped me, because I'm not trying to like, I'm not trying to fake anybody. You know what I mean? Like it is
mm,
like I'm sitting at home right now and I want to write a song. I have lyrics in front of me and a melody in mind. I think I don't have Maisie here and I don't have Ryan here to write this with me. But I have this idea and I want to put this down. So why can't I do that? Who the fuck has the right to tell me I can't do it? So guess what I'm going to do? There's tools out there to help me get this fucking song made. I'm going to do it. And if it turns out cool, I'm going to share it with my fans, the rejects. And if they like it, then great. And that's the other thing I see for me as a professional band, I can't just put out that song. I can. Let me rephrase that. I can. But knowing me, I will bounce that fucking idea to Ulrich, my producer, who I trust, and say, what do I do with this? And then he'll say, if you really want to do this, do you want to just do a single, then fly in or record the vocals and let's do it correctly? You know what I mean? And he'll want me to get it in the studio and do it and do it right and record the whole song, not AI generated. So that's the difference between being a professional artist and being, just a Joe Schmo or just doing it yourself, AI generated and just putting it out there on Bandcamp or whatever. So I get sometimes I'm jealous of that freedom. You know what I mean?
mhm.
But I also am a professional artist. So I value Ulrich's opinion. I value that relationship. I value my band's branding, that we're a professional band. And anything I put out should be branded through my publishing, through, our label, right?
Yeah.
Even though it's independent, it's still a label. It's still, Ulrich's been there with me from the beginning. So anything I put,
Hey, when you've got a good squad and people that, like, you can bounce stuff off of, I always say just do it because,
Yeah. But
they're all
like,
gonna give you that
yeah, I mean,
extra.
that's the thing is like, and for content, I could do it for content, but again, it's not going to be copyrighted that way. But if I really want a song that's published by me, copyrighted, I have to. That's why Ulrich always says that you can use an AI generator to get you to develop what you want, but at the end of the day, we need to then make it a real song in the studio. That way, it's not AI generated. That's way it's not. It's real. You know what I mean? And that's like Raven's Diary. I literally went on YouTube. I also bought stems that were just piano loops, like just a piano chord loop. And I
Mhm.
wrote those songs based on that loop. And then in the studio, we rewrote all of it. And the loop was just a basic backbone for it, for me to have timing for my melodies. But the melodies were on me. Yeah.
Well, oh my god. So, I just saw the time. So, I do wanna ask you a couple questions. I'm gonna have to have you back because, like, literally, I could sit here for, like, hours
Me
just,
too. I
like
love our conversation. I love you. Like we would be like we're friends now.
we're instant friends,
We're
we're
friends now.
besties.
We're too much alike. We're too much alike. I love you, and I feel like I've known you forever. It's so strange.
Oh my gosh, and if you ever are around, I mean, dude, I would love to have you come on and guest host with me.
That'd be fun. Yeah.
But, okay, so if somebody had 3 minutes to listen to a song, what would and they had never heard of you before, what song would you tell them to check out?
Hear me cry.
Okay.
Probably. Or Carnival. So Carnival is another one. Yeah. Sorry. I know. Well, Hear
Okay,
Me Cry
what
is just only because of the message of anti-suicide. That's why that one. That's the reason for that one. Not so much the music itself, but the message. Carnival is just its own crazy. But right now,
was a banger.
yeah, it's a fucking banger. But right now, I would say my favorite song on my new album is Black Sonata, but there's personal reasons. It's mine and Muppets Love Story in the comic book. And I
Aw.
feel that song it hits melody, lore, growls, dark, gothic, theatrical. Like it's everything. It hits all the different sides of what I love about singing and performing. Um, but yeah, I mean, if for a taste of who we are, Carnival or Circus Hell.
Okay.
Yeah.
Out of all the videos, what would you say is your favorite video?
Right now,
Yeah.
it would be Circus Hell or This Little Piggy because it's animated and it is so fun. Circus Hell, the new video, I have 44 of the Afterlifer rejects, my fans, in cartoon form in the video. So it's like
Oh,
super special to me because the fans are in my video.
man, you just read my mind. I was about to ask you about Easter eggs. See? See, we're right there.
There is definitely going to be an Easter egg in the third comic book, and it reveals something about the future, but it will be hidden.
That is so fun. So what made you decide to do a comic book?
Because I knew my music and what we were going to do visually as a show was going to make people go, huh? Like, that's a metal band. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? And I didn't want people to think, oh, it's just a gimmick. You know what I mean? Because that's what happens, going out. This is the initially, right? This is what I was at initially. I don't want people to say, oh, we're gimmicky. Oh, they're just fucking putting makeup on. It's stupid. They look like clowns. Dumb, stupid, fuck, right? So I was like, no, because there's a whole story to this fucker. So fuck you, you know? But yeah, and that our albums would all be concepts of my journey as a person, as an artist, and why I'm half human, half doll is because half of me lives a life of like a normal, you know, loving, caring woman, girl, who's been traumatized throughout her life. And it had created a very wicked, evil, demented part of myself inside that I hide. And that is the demented doll. And so she comes out every so often to protect me. And so the lore was very important to share. And the only way I could feel that it would tie into the albums and the concept of the albums would be a comic book to share the storyline.
That's so fun. Man, you're doing like dabbling in a little bit of everything. That's exciting.
Yeah, I mean that's basically what I wanted to do when I started this thing when I turned 40, which was, you know, doing something creative that I get to touch all my things because I'm a writer, I'm a singer, I'm a dancer, an actress performing theatrical wise, right? And a female like artists, like fashion, all like fun stuff, right? Makeup, costuming, all my favorite things, right? All of us girls like doing that. They like putting makeup on and doing her hair and wearing funny outfits and fun outfits. Anyways, so if I did writing only, I would lose these things, right? If I
Mhm.
did art only, painting and all stuff that I like to do, draw, I could write, but the music and the costuming and all performance would be gone, right? If I was a dancer only, which I did for many years professionally, I didn't get to sing. Well, sometimes I got to sing, and performance was there, but the written word was not there. The message, that wasn't there, right? And then performing wise, if I perform as a backup singer or something like that in another band, I would never get to create the original content. So it was like, this is the way that I get to do everything I want to do in one platform. And it was to form a band because I could write, sing, act, dress up, perform, and dance. All of
One woman show.
it. Well, definitely not. My band, Maisie coming on this album, she's I've worked with many guitarists, many bassists, many musicians in the past. But it was always a struggle because it's like I have this vision and this sound and this thing I want to do with the song and these lyrics, but it was always a struggle because you know they weren't weird like me.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like if I tell you something a weird idea, you'll probably be like, "Oh my god, that's so cool," right? Because we're weird and we come from the same weird like stuff. But when you work with somebody who's not weird and they're like a normal average person who just
Me and
happens
my cousin.
who just happens to be a musician, they don't get it. They don't get the weird part of it. The story, the lyric, they don't get it, right? They're just playing
Mhm.
it, and you're like, "Yeah, but it needs to sound like this. Like that's not making me feel quirky or weird or creepy or like I need it to sound creepier." I'm like, "Do you get it?" And like they don't get it. But with Maisie, like I say, and I'll do voice things, with her. I'll be like,
Mhm.
I want something that's super annoying. That's like, "Gah, gah, gah, gah," like like, "Gah, gah, gah," like, can you do that on the guitar? And she did it with what song was that? Rockstar. With Rockstar, I was like, this song is so absurd. My chorus is got a little dick, you're just a little bitch. I mean, that's not anything that's like going to win a Pulitzer Prize. You know what I mean? But it was very important for me to say those words out loud for every fucking female ever that has been groped or violated by a fucking disgusting, perverted piece of shit. That was really what that song was about. And of
It
course,
seems pretty appropriate with all the stuff
yeah,
going on in the
like,
world right now.
double trouble, burst your bubble, got a little dick, you're just a little bitch. That's the chorus. And I said, and that has to be super annoying on the music. It has to be chaotic and it's gotta be a girl's anthem, like, got a little dick, you just a little bitch. Like we just need to be able to say those words. Females need to be able to say, it's like the short dick man, the hip hop song. Do you remember that from the 90s? Like, got a little, like, and I come from the hip hop era. So, um, and I love Missy Elliott. I fucking love
Oh
Missy.
yeah. I mean,
So,
whenever her songs come on, I'm either in the car or like
yeah.
you
So,
can't just stand still.
Rockstar, if you just listen to Rockstar one more time, and you know that I love Missy Elliott, okay? And I'm also wanting to have a female voice that mixes with metal, then you'll understand rock star.
Oh,
You know,
that's great. I'm gonna go
and
back
rock
and listen
star,
to that as
why
soon as we get
you're
off.
a rock star, tell me why you want to be a rock star, is because I wanted to do music and be a band when I was 19, 20 years old. And LA Sunset Strip scene, you know, the hair metal days of the world. Everyone wanted to fuck me, and nobody was interested in the fact that I knew how to sing or dance or do anything. So it goes all the way back to then. This song, you know, tell me why you want, and it's sarcastic the way I sing it. Tell me why you want to be a rock star, you know. And so like it's just me really just being a bratty bitch talking shit, and that's exactly what I wanted that song to be about. Is how many guys do you think I've encountered since my 20s or even late teens who have thought they were God's gift to fucking women? You know what I mean? And they had little fucking little dicks. You know what I mean? And I take that in the literal sense as well as the metaphor. Making metaphoric because guys who are douches like that usually have small dicks anyway. But as a female, you understand that.
Mm.
You know, I'm not body shaming or anything
I
like
think, like, the second you do anything sexy, like, whether you do, like, a sexy song or you take a sexy photo or whatever, it's like, you're not a person anymore, that's just sex.
yeah, but that's the thing is like, and that's why back then, if you look at my pictures from when we were Raven Black Project, my manager at the time was like, you know what, put on a skirt because I used to wear baggy black parachute like cargo pants, you know, because I come from the hip hop era and I'm comfortable with tomboy. And it was, you know, low rise and I had a little black tank top kind of thing. And he's like, put on a skirt for the show. I'm like, oh, okay. So I did a little black schoolgirl skirt, you know, like a little school plaid skirt. And I was like, okay. But I still wore tights and fucking, you know, shit like that. Because I just didn't want my ass in somebody's face, you know, my cooch right in front of, because the stage level's right there. People just be right in my cooch.
I was a cheerleader, I always wear bloomers.
Same here. So I was like, you know, I'm going to do it this way. Anyways, but I did get a custom made leather, like tank top bustier type of thing with the skirt for my EP release, my first EP. And we played at the Viper Room and we sold out the show. But man, I look at that and I'm just always like, and you can watch the videos from the interviews where I'm just like super uncomfortable. My tits are fucking like just like here. And I'm just like, hi, yeah. You know, like I'm just so uncomfortable. You know, I'm just so uncomfortable. Where I'm most comfortable is some huge baggy something, you know, like where I'm just like swimming in it. But yeah.
Yeah, like, I feel like all of the messages that I get, like, in my TikTok requests, like, they're all, like, going on, and I'm like they're like, "What are you doing right now? Beautiful, blah, 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 blah," and I'm like feel like being like, I'm sitting at home looking homeless, like, with my dog, like, eating ice cream.
Yeah. What kind of dog do you have?
I have a little chihuahua, and her
Oh,
name is Six.
oh my God. She's adorable. So cute. My little one is hiding and is sleeping in his room right now. But I have three gigantic monster German shepherds and a little Pomweenie.
Oh,
Yeah, and my Pomweenie is in his bedroom a lot, his own little hut because the big dogs always bother him.
she has to have a chair or she's really annoying.
Yeah.
I had to get her own chair.
Oh, yeah. See, yeah, they're babies. They're little princess. But yeah,
And I have to, like,
yeah,
move it over next to me so she can be touching me in some way, but, like, on her own chair.
that's awesome. Though, at least she's well behaved. She hasn't like snarled or yipped or anything.
We've been doing this for, what, 3.5 years now, where she's like she
She,
now she just
she's
goes to
like,
sleep.
"Oh, you're working, okay."
But, I mean, in the early days, yeah, she would b I always drink Rockstar to, like, stay awake and, like, hype, and I like dropped some the one day and she like had some. So in the
Oh,
beginning,
oh.
she used to like kind of like come at me and try to like kiss me every time I would drink like some of the rock stars. So
Oh,
that
I
was
like
like,
it. That's funny.
but oh my gosh. Well, we have to have you back. When did so you said by the end of the year that you will have another music video coming out?
It's coming out on Halloween, actually, at midnight.
Oh
It's the title
wow.
track of Black Sonata. It's called Black Sonata, and it is the love story of Muppet and I and how we came to be. If you follow the comic book, the first comic book shows how we met, and this song is the moment that I die. So that the whole song is
So
from.
how do fans find the comic book?
I just released 13. I just did a special release because they've been sold out since 2016. And then I re-released some copies in 2018. And then I released another few copies in 2020. And this will be I'm releasing 13 copies right now of the first comic book because it's a collector's item now, right? So like I only release so many.
And
Um,
13 is my lucky number. So like
Yeah,
look,
so 13's
bring it
mine
into
too.
the world.
So, see, oh my God, seriously, another one. But so I'm releasing 13 right now as a celebration of the what's to come in 2026. So when I release the third comic book, um, it's on pre-order now, but it's pre-order and it's not going to be done until spring. But the third comic book, I'll probably create a bundle again where you can buy all three if you don't have all of them, and it'll be a special bundle price. You know what I mean? Because you want to read, they all are connected. But the third comic book, the big deal of the third comic book is the first two included two of my ex members.
Okay.
So there were two characters that are no longer going to be in the third comic book. So people are the thing behind the scenes is what happened to those two characters. So it's revealed in the third comic.
I was actually wondering myself. So now I have to go.
They die, of course, they die, but how they die is going to be the fun part.
So should fans follow or can they like
Yes, and like you were saying earlier, my biggest thing, our main fan base, everyone's on Facebook. I have a TikTok, I have an Instagram,
all
but
the information going at the bottom?
yes, and so the best place and where I'm most active is Facebook because
Okay.
that's where my fans are. That's where they communicate with me the most. So I'm more active on Facebook because I want to be interactive with them.
Fun.
Yep.
And for our final question, because I can't keep you on all night, even though I would really love to. What are your plans for Halloween?
I am probably going to do a live feed with makeup. And yeah, and I'm probably going to give out some prizes.
Now, do you have a different outfit that you're doing, or are
I
you
don't
just
know yet. There's something I want to do, and I'm going to see if I can make it happen. Costume wise, for me to do a costume this year, and I usually do a costume like that. It's not me. It's like I've done Jason. I've done a witch. I've done many different ones. But this year, I guess I'll try. I'll just say it. So I'm trying to do Exorcist.
okay?
So, they're like peeling facial skin. So I'm going to see how well I do this.
Oh no, the hair's so pretty though. I feel like you've got to do something like really, really pretty. Like,
Or do
and
I do
even
something
when
sexy?
you
Should I do
paused for a
something
second
sexy?
earlier, you
Should
were
I do
saying something
superhero?
serious, and I like kind of like chuckled earlier, and I just want to like call it out.
What?
Um, you paused for a second, and it looked like you had an orb in your hand. Like I
Right.
totally like saw almost like a picture of Storm for a
Ah,
second when it froze, and
oh, that's
I
cool.
I,
Yeah,
you,
but
I
Storm,
felt
I mean,
it.
she doesn't really do makeup. It's just the hair and then her silver outfit, right?
You could always mix something together. Like I mix things.
Yeah. Well, I could be Raven Black Storm, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
Metal Storm.
Metal Storm. There you go. Yeah, I'm
Thank
not
you
sure. I'm not
so
sure what
much.
I'm gonna do yet, but I am probably gonna do a live feed next. Is it what Halloween is what Friday or is it
Friday.
Friday? So I'll probably do my live feed Saturday, um, just because people are just more available. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, just to celebrate it because I celebrate Halloween every day, so not just Friday. But yeah, I'll probably do something Saturday, live feed and give out some prizes for Halloween. But I
So
haven't done
you
it.
know what that means, everybody. You gotta go find her on social media. She said she likes Facebook, so find her on Facebook. And Saturday,
Yep,
we'll see
Saturday,
what we'll
November.
see what she does.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people are worried on the first when everything's happening in the world, but hopefully we can get together and have a little bit of fun, eat some candy, and win some prizes.
Definitely sounds good. I know I'll be checking in.
Yay! Yeah, definitely. Say hi on it so I can tell everybody to give you a shout out.
Definitely. And thank you so much for taking the time. I'm so happy that it all worked out and we got you on for our Halloween episode
Yeah,
because,
I'm super happy. I had a lot of fun, and I really appreciate it so much.
oh, definitely. And yeah, after you release, like we'll have to like catch up with you and do some
Okay.
things. And I definitely want to stay updated on everything going on with the musical because,
I know it'll be fun. And I'm going to be doing some crazy stuff, inviting different people to participate because it is going to go live stream. And it is, I'm planning it to be live stream, and I'm planning to do some kind of fun activities because it's going to be limited tickets for people to attend live, but they'll
mm,
be a part of the music video of the show. So they're going to get to see all the behind the scenes of filming and all that kind of stuff.
oh, that's so
Um,
fun.
so I'm limiting it, as far as ticket sales to the door to the venue, so that we can have a little bit more production control. But
Mm,
I am probably going to invite a few haunt actors, some podcast people to attend and be a part of all of this, because it's just going to be like a kind of like a fun mini festival day kind of thing in that venue. That's what I'm hoping to accomplish. So
oh, that's
yeah, yeah, it'll be fun.
oh
Like a
my gosh.
big party filming location concert day. I don't even know what to call it, but it'll be definitely different, and it is going to be whatever I want it to be. So,
Oh,
uh,
I'm so excited. I mean, you're just a force. And I know that right now you're taking a minute, but honestly, like, we need more artists like you. We need more people that just are like producing music that matters.
thank you. I really appreciate that. Yeah, this album really, it was the voice that I've kept quiet for way too long in my life. From I'd say from 13 years old till now. All the lyrics and all of those songs span over this entire 45 years of my life. Yeah.
Well, everybody, go on, follow Raven Black.
Thank
Love
you.
you, bestie. So much
Love
fun.
you. Yeah, I definitely want to meet you in person. We definitely need to hang out and do something.
Oh,
Yeah, I really appreciate you so much. Really, really,
for
really.
sure. And like I said, anytime that you're free and you just want to hop on, I mean, we're always having like fun guests on.
Okay. That'll be fun. That'll fun. It'll give me practice for my future.
Definitely. And I can't wait to see what you do with yours.
Oh, it's gonna be nuts. Ugh.
So fun. It's
I
so
already know
fun.
it's gonna
Don't
be
hold
nuts. That's
back.
why
No
I'm just
filter.
I have to prepare for it because it's gonna be nuts. It's gonna be nuts. I already know it's gonna be nuts. I'm nuts, so it's gonna be nuts.
It's a good thing though. It's a good way to just have an outlet that is not controlled.
Yeah, exactly. All
But
right. Well, I wish you always the best, and thank you for having me on. And I've been on a lot of podcasts over the years, and I just have had an absolute blast on this one. So thank you.
oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, it is very, very unique. You are very unique, and I
Oh,
really enjoyed being on your podcast.
aw, thank you. And we will definitely have you back.
All righty, for sure.
Bye, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning
Bye. Happy
in.
Halloween.
Happy Halloween.